on Devour TV, powered by
Nekedie Television.
This your girl, Playful Brit.
Yes, come on, D.
and we live. This is Devour B.
And your girl, Chemistry.
And
So
we have a special guest today. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry about that.
Go ahead.
We have a special guest today who's going to be talking to us about financial security, financial awareness, and just basically fixing your shit.
Yes.
I'm going to pass this mic over and let this man introduce himself. Oh, you have a mic.
Mike.
Hey, you got a mic.
Yeah, I'm prepared, you know what I'm saying?
I
Yeah,
know.
No, they keep it cuffed. We can't see.
Yeah, my name Mel. I talk about financial consulting awareness, credit, helping people improve their credit. Talk about basic finances as to having an investment account, a savings account, to having those type of things put in place, to release a lot of the stress of everyday life.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's my thing.
look, y'all see Mel don't like to talk a lot, right? We gonna
Oh, we're going to get him to talk.
It's early.
We're going to get him to talk. It's early in the morning, but we're going to get him to talk. So tell me, how long you been doing this?
Personally, helping people and whatnot. Let's say probably the last 3 years. Yeah, about the last 3 years. Cause me myself, I had bad credit. My credit was like a 385, and I went to one of them places to help me improve my credit and whatnot. But the only thing they knew how to do was just delete things off of collections.
Yeah. Okay.
So they did that. It went up to about
Couple points.
415, 425, and I was trying to buy a car around that time. Got hit with the 21% interest rate.
Hi.
Yeah,
I didn't damn
crazy.
electric bill.
Hide in a pigeon booth.
I didn't gang.
would you suggest that people go to them companies, or would you suggest they go another route with that?
See, it's like those things when you purchase them and they read the fine print. You know what I'm saying? Because some of the people do exactly what they say they're gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna increase your credit, which is they did for me. They increased my credit. It was 385, went to 415, 425. You know what I'm saying? All they did was get things deleted off collections.
So they didn't fix your credit, they just increased.
Yeah, they increase. You know what I'm saying? Then again, you got to start asking questions. When you present it with any type of opportunity, what is fixing my credit? What are you going to increase my credit to? Which is no one knows the exact points. But you got to see where their mindset is, because if I can't tell them people, well, I paid you and you ain't do what you said you was going to do, because they did. But when I call to talk to them and say, hey, I'm trying to get a car, what do I do? Woo, woo, woo. They couldn't answer that, because all they knew how to do is what I'm going to say 90% of people who call themselves increasing people credit and fixing their credit know how to do is just get things off of collections. It's about 5 other points that you need to do.
Right.
Because if you ask a person, if you're not getting things out of collections for me to increase my score, then what are you doing?
Right.
And they can't answer that, then they not the master of their craft.
So if they don't have anything for collections, then what else they doing then?
Facts.
Okay.
So what you're doing is, like, if a person have bad credit or they want to increase their credit, they don't have anything in collections, you got other things as to your credit card usage,
Okay.
your credit history, your inquiries, your late payments, how many accounts that you have. To have A+ credit rating in that field, you have to have 21 plus accounts. And
Really?
Wow. And you'll say 21 plus. Well, I got a credit card, car note. The average person got about 4 or 5, no more than 7
Or what?
accounts.
Damn. I only got one. Like, how did that work, though? Because I don't have no credit cards. I don't have no car notes. I don't have none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
I
if
gotta
I
learn
was
that.
consulting with you, I say you need to get some more accounts, because any person, I'm gonna say 25 and over, need to have a very healthy financial health, I'm gonna say, and credit is the foundation, is the soil of that.
Okay.
Unless you just balling crazy, or you are willing to endure the personal sacrifice of saving until you're able to purchase. Because at the end of the day, let's keep it 100. Credit is
everything.
Is everything, but you don't have the money to purchase what you're trying to purchase if you're using credit. No matter if it's a house, you don't got $500,000 in the bank to go buy that house.
Right.
If it's a car, you don't got the 30, 40, 50 stacks right now to go buy the car. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we use credit. Or if you leverage it, you get a loan or get a business loan and things like that.
I don't want to be an adult anymore.
Trying to tell you.
Talking about the business loan, because I remember we kind of like talked about that before with me and you, and we were talking about how like it's quicker for them to give you a personal loan than it is for them to give you a business loan.
I wish that was true. Cause I get a
Did I
business
say that
loan.
right, or did I have it backwards?
Partially
I know they give you that fast money for school.
Facts. All right, so it's like this. Different people have their own take on it, and me, I just follow my own path. So how I think, others may not think, or what I do, others may not do. I just say the proof is in the pudding, and you got a cat that go from a 415 to an 820 in 4 or 5 months. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to argue with that. But touching upon what you just said, it's like, okay, so when you got school, you can't write your school off in bankruptcy no more. You know what I'm saying? People used to be able to do that. So my take on that is because minorities start to figure that out. And when I say minorities, I don't just mean skin color. I mean economic minorities, meaning my parents ain't making millions of dollars. So it was crazy. Go ahead.
Sorry, nothing. I'm going to go into a whole other subject.
No, I'm just saying what's crazy is that the people who was writing these things off were the people who making millions of dollars. So you'll have people who graduate from Ivy League schools with $500,000, $800,000 in debt.
Yeah.
Got these doctor loans, lawyer loans, and they'll write it off. But so what started happening, we started figuring that out. We started doing it too. And I say economic minorities. We started doing it too. And then they was like, oh, nah, we can't have that. We got to keep you down here. So I'll give you that student loan quick because you can't never write that off. That's going to follow you to your grave. But that business loan, you can be able to write that off and wiggle out of that. So that student loan, just like how a bank would give you a home loan quicker than a business loan, you will give me a $500,000 loan for my home, but you won't give me a $20,000 loan for my business, because if you fault on that, they can take that house. You know what I'm saying? They have something tangible, just as well as your student loan. Your life is tangible because you can't run from this. That's
so what
why.
I get right now is basically if you're in debt, but you don't have anything to show like credit for. You know what I'm saying? Even though your debt can be like you said, a student loan or a car loan or a business loan. But how do you wiggle out of a business loan? You know, because if that's the case, you know, I can take $100,000 and then how can I get rid of it?
See, I'm not an expert in that field. You know, my field come into just improving the credit.
Okay.
But
Not that part.
You want to learn some good shit.
but
Hey, you hear that boss laugh?
I heard that was like 100,000.
But what people do is, so you have business expenses, startup costs, taxes. It all depends what business you in, and which is one of the best business to be in when you're talking about debt is real estate.
Real estate.
You know, because they're able to use their debt to acquire more real estate.
So, let me ask you this question then, because I really want to know some things, and especially when it comes to like these banks, like they can use say, oh, have answer, you need $100,000 for a home. So they transfer, like they say this bank gonna give you this loan, but they give it to the bank, the money. No, I want it in my hand.
No.
Exactly. No, ain't no.
Why would put it in your hand? You might go spend that junk.
No, I ain't gonna do it. It's still my loan it's my money.
But see, the banks don't trust you in order to use that loan. I give you a prime example, real story. What happened to me when my credit was jacked up? I had got a motorcycle loan, and then I didn't get the motorcycle that I wanted because somebody bought it. They gave me the check. I deposited that joint into my account, and then I used the money for what I wanted to use it for.
It doesn't matter though, because you still had to pay that monthly payment.
But it's different though. See, like I was telling him, you attach the loan to some property or to something that they can come and snatch up. You know what I'm saying?
Snatch nothing.
You want them to come snatch your life? You heard of the movie Repo Man?
I've seen that stupid movie.
You know, I'm just saying.
I mean, I feel you know, but that's what I be thinking about. It's really a big ass cover up to me because at the end of the day, these banks ain't giving that type of money back and forth. They sharing money actually.
Growing
That's how I
up
look
is
at
a
it.
scam.
See, one of my, I'm gonna say far-fetched business fantasies is open up my own bank because banks are
That'd be
able
nice.
to
Do what they want.
create money out of thin air, so to say. So I'm gonna give you a prime example. So why a lot of people move to direct deposit now, because every time you put money in the bank is able to multiply that times 10.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So rather than you getting a check and you going to cash and have your money in your hand, you put it in the bank. You didn't increase that bank value. You know, but yeah, you know, that's a little bit, you know, out there. You know, like I said, outside my expertise, but you know, that is good information. And you know, a lot of people, the masses, don't think about that. And touching upon, you know what I'm saying, macro and micro data out there, like a lot of people don't know, like we're moving into the data age. That's one of the most valuable things out there. How you swipe your Visa, your MasterCard, you know, your debit card, what you put online, you know, all that is being farmed. You know what I'm saying? The micro data is what they have on you specifically. You know, you swiping your card here, there, and there. So they know what you like. So now they're able to tailor those commercials to you, this, that, and the third, just as well as credit. That's why they give people who have bad credit more credit commercial, more this and that. I was 18 in high school, making $5.15 an hour. And Bank of America gave me a $7,000 credit card. And I was like, damn, I don't even, you know, how long it's going to take me to make $7,000? I blew that joint up. And that was the beginning of my credit, downfall. Yeah. You know, and then when I was looking for how to improve this, everybody would give me numbers like, 1.4% of people have perfect credit score, 76% of people this, that. I don't need that. Exactly. I don't need you to tell me, your credit is going to increase because you get the credit mix. You need this. No, I need hard numbers. That's why I don't tell people to spit out all these facts. It's not going to help that person. I say, okay, what's wrong with your credit? I'll say, okay, let me look at it. All right, this is what you need to do. And I tell, or if I don't see a credit person, I say, okay, when they talk about credit mix, you don't have to go get a home loan. Only thing you have to have on that joke is a credit card. Other than that, you don't have to go get a home loan, car loan. They want to see you with all this. Nah, that's because people don't know. All you got to do is have just X amount of credit accounts. It don't matter if you have 20 credit cards. You know what I'm saying? I only recommend 3 at the max, but it don't matter if you have that. And when they say credit history or don't close your oldest credit card, why? The person can't articulate that. Why? Because you want to have 9+ years of credit history to be considered in the top of the credit scores and increase. 30%? Nah, don't use 30% of your credit card. 9%. Don't go over 9%.
So,
you know.
Now, when it comes to getting these cards and stuff like that, I want to know is why is that they want to use our social when it's really not supposed to be used for our social. You know what I'm saying? As far as like car loans, we need to go get anything. Why are we using our social? You know, we don't supposed to use our social actually.
Why you? What makes you say that?
It's because we're not. That social is only for just, I guess you could say, as far as home.
Damn,
I can't explain how it was brought.
See, your social is tied to anything you do, really, but financial, so they can keep track of it. That's why your social, and your social is also tied to you paying taxes. You know, so.
Can I let y'all in on a secret?
What's up?
You know, you really don't own your social.
Oh yeah,
that's
of course.
why they get you to use it.
Yeah, on the
they
back
selling
of it,
your social overseas for money. That's how the banks get their money. How you talking about the money come out of thin air? Nah,
it's a lot behind it.
They use it. People gotta remember, you are a business.
Yeah, I know that part. That's why I was trying to explain our social. It's actually another number we're supposed to be using, and it's not our social.
It's our barcode.
Okay, I don't know.
No, it's not. See, okay, when you're talking about using another number or your social, they send across seas. It's just like if I come to your business, right? And you say, okay, I require this information or whatever. That social all came down from the federal government because they need to track what you're doing financially. And to go outside of my scope of expertise, that came from a whole lot of people doing fraud stuff, coming from the mob, people using just cash, illegal money. That's why they really don't want cryptocurrency to come, because they don't have a handle on it. Because if you
I'm turning to a hacker.
Huh?
Anything get down like that.
that's
Hacking. All my
yeah, it's one
hackers,
of the forms,
you need
Bitcoin and all that.
Instagram.
Have you heard about this? Have y'all heard about the signature thing?
What's that?
Like your signature is not your real signature.
Okay.
It go deep.
Yeah,
What you mean by that?
one. Yeah, I haven't heard that one.
We're gonna have to have a conspiracy hour up in this show.
Yeah, we can.
Dark web, what we talking about?
It's a certain way, like how we sign our name. That's not really your signature. It's a certain way that you sign your name. That's really
So
you.
What do you
telling me
mean?
you telling me there's another person? Well, no. You telling me there's another way that my hand rules to sign my signature that I ain't learned yet?
Yeah. Good. Look,
What type
just
of matrix?
research it.
Hey, my man been sipping on some grapefruit
No,
pond
no,
up in
no,
this
no.
joint.
Research it.
Yeah,
I think you've been in this
like
game
I
room
can't really
for-
It's
explain
a lot of
how I
stuff that
want
they
to
don't
explain
want you
it,
to know.
but it's,
Like
it's
what?
something else when you got to do with your
Like
social
what
security.
you how y'all
But I
just
just can't
look
explain
about
it.
the signature.
Like I want to.
I'm gonna have to get into that. You know what? I got a good friend who I knock off knowledge with. I'm gonna hit my man up. Hey
Yeah.
Mo, I'm gonna hit you up, B.
And we come back next Wednesday and we're gonna explain that.
Yes,
Even
we
asking
gonna
about the
talk
real
about
social
Yeah,
stuff,
we will,
because
yeah.
we don't supposed to really use that for little stuff like homes and car loans. I don't know. I can't remember because
Just
I had
think
a
about it
concussion.
like this: when the
But-
how we say the United States is broke, right?
No, they
They
not.
say they
All right,
broke,
see all
right?
these trees that keep
But
cutting
where all
down.
this money coming from?
The trees
Guess
that
what?
keep cutting
Because
down.
you are
and
their
the dead
business.
running in the middle of the street dying. I'm sorry. Kill my kids.
Wow, what's that?
Bambi.
I don't know what in the area 51 is you talking about.
I mean, I'm just like I
But
know
look.
you with the credit. You probably know some stuff.
You know
that
some dark web
normal
credit
people
stuff that
wouldn't
we
know.
don't know.
Nah, look, man, with the credit, look, these are nuggets I'm gonna drop on the people. Yeah. Alright, so when you have a credit card, don't have more than 3 credit cards. Have one credit card that you're gonna keep forever.
Yes.
Your second credit card that you're gonna get when your credit score is 750 or above.
Okay.
Your third credit card you're gonna get later in life what's called your boss card. When you start making 6 figures or the most money you think that you're making with a credit score over 750. You don't want to close that long credit card because you want to keep it for over 9 years, which will put you in the A+ category in your credit history. You want to acquire as many credit accounts as you can, but you don't have to, depending on what you want to do in life. If you just want to have a good credit score, you don't have to worry about that. Always pay your bills on time. Just because your bill is due on the 5th and it go past the 5th does not mean that hurts your credit. Once it go past the 30 days of them not receiving the payment, that don't mean on the 30 day that you pay it, because they're going to receive it after 30 days. It's going to hurt your credit. Don't have a lot of credit inquiries on your credit. Don't let no one pull your credit until you are about to execute. You checking your own credit does not hurt you. You checking your credit multiple times during a year does hurt you. That does not include Credit Karma. That means official hard credit pulls. You are allowed to do a hard credit pull once a year. And I think that kind of about covers a lot of things.
Though, the first credit card they should get it was unsecured, secure.
No, it don't technically have to be unsecured. It could be, I'll say, don't get no department store, none of that. Go with a big bank. Go with a bank, or American. Well, you ain't gonna get no American Express. You'll probably want Discover, Capital One, Bank of America. You don't get no Amazon. Don't get no type of store or anything. I'm gonna tell you this. So if you have that store, let's say Kmart. Kmart been around forever, right? Sears been around forever, right? So if you had a Kmart Sears card, and now you got 15 years worth of credit history on there. When they go out of business, your 15 years of credit history is gone. So you just brought me to another nugget. So if you've been late on your car payments multiple times, now your credit is jacked up. But when you go to pay that car off in full, all that history gone. So don't worry about those late payments.
Okay.
That's a little nugget for you all.
Jim,
Can we do another nugget, please? Because I got to ask these questions because they got something going on right now with Equifax, I think.
With the cell phone and all that.
The Capital One breach.
the breach.
The Capital One data breach.
That, and also, can you give me some more understanding on that far as, because I had to do I had to submit my application for it because mine was breached as well. So.
I don't know too much about the breach. That's out of my scope of expertise. But speaking upon it, it's just like anything that happened when we moved into the technology age. Somebody sat back behind their computer, they cracked their code, went in there, took all the information out. And just like I said earlier on in the program, we're in a data age, which is one of the most expensive things that a person can purchase, because you got your macro and your micro data. Now, stealing your credit, that's your macro.
Okay.
Meant your micro, because that means I know what you're doing on a daily basis now. I know where you're swiping your card. I know what bills you have. I know who you're with. I know where you live. So, you know, that's...
They just gave us an upgrade on our credit, I guess. You know,
Who?
It's an experience.
Now, you speaking of when they talking about the credit boost thing?
Yeah, what's going
All
on
right,
with that?
so the credit boost, I haven't used it. I don't know too much about it, but me
I haven't either.
talking to people who have. The credit boost is them saying you can use your everyday bills that you pay, like your cell phone bill, your electric bill, or whatever, and you can add it to your credit. I was told that if it's not beneficial, you can take it off. You know, so it won't help everyone, because some people pay their cell phone bill late. Some people pay their utilities
That's what I'm saying.
late.
I pay mine late.
You know, so I don't know if that would be
I'd be
beneficial.
like, can I get payment arrangement?
But me talking about credit, it goes deeper. It goes into like generational wealth. If you have kids, or if you have nieces and nephews, and you know you're trying to help them, set them up for the future, if you have good credit, put them on one of your long-standing credit accounts.
Okay.
Let their credit score go up. Then let them apply for their own credit card.
Okay.
And then that you would just put them in a very good... No, it's not going to be a joint. Okay. All right, so let's say you have a credit card. It's called the
Campus.
Authorized user. So you have them as an author. You only have to get them the card so they can spend your money. So if you have a card, you say, call your bank, hey, I want to add them as an authorized user. They're going to add them on, have the card shipped to your house, cut it up when you get it. Now, once their credit score, if that credit card is in good standing, you technically don't have to have good credit. But if that credit card is in good standing, I say under 9%, but at the most under 30%. You let their credit score go up. So you're going to have it for 30 to 60 days at max. 90 days at max, my bad. And then you'll have them apply for their own credit card. Then they'll get a credit card with a low interest rate. Or if they're trying to go get a car, let them do that after they have that credit history. Because then they'll get that 5%, that 8%. You know what I'm saying? You don't want them going and get a 25, 21, 18%, you know. That's like I said, my first car, I was paying 21% interest rate. My car I got now, I went into the dealership, bought a car, 6 figures, with no money down. And that's because I had an 820 credit score.
Nice.
But yeah.
Knowledge. So what you think about this new because you kind of touched on crypto and all that, but now they got a thing called, have you heard about the gold?
Gold.
Yeah.
Gold always been around.
Like regular gold?
Like it's gonna be gold ATM.
What?
So they,
Like, what they gonna be giving out? What they
so they, so how you
I don't know about that.
They
Yeah,
bringing out
they-
coins, or they giving out?
They saying
bars?
investing. They've been talking about investing gold
Bars?
now. Because
Gold bars?
the money is not to be worth nothing.
Okay. So wait. Are we talking about gold bars? Are we talking about coins? Like,
Well,
how they
it's
giving us gold?
I know starting off it's like little chips. I've seen one. The lady now says
So
she
it's a
pay
coin.
about maybe like 4 to 5 cents because it's low right now.
I don't want no damn coins.
But
See, I'm gonna have
as
to
it
check
grows,
into that.
It's gonna because it's gonna take out the dollar's not worth nothing right now.
The whole U.S. dollar ain't shit.
So that's why it's about to go to gold.
So you saying I could go to the ATM and
No, there's going to
take
be ATM.
gold out?
There's going to be
It's gonna be ATMs
that's
with,
going to issue
like,
gold
gold.
coins.
I'm not saying she talking about gold
I
coins.
can't wait for
Nah,
this
it's
shit.
not gonna be
I'm
that.
gonna
It ain't
around
gonna
up
be
taking the
gold
whole
coins.
machine.
I know the federal government not behind that.
I'm telling you, that don't even sound
It's
right.
just like it's like it undermined the whole system. Just
Yeah,
like
it
Libra
don't
with
sound
Facebook.
right.
They know if Facebook put Libra out, it will cripple the system, man. It would put Libra, so they cryptocurrency. It will cripple the system. Me personally, like I say, I would say this disclaimer before that. That's outside my area of expertise. But me speaking upon it, it would cripple the system. And when it comes to investing, me personally, I'm now a dividend investor. 2017, my dividends was $3.44. You know what I'm saying? I was just learning how to invest in whatever. 2018, my dividends was $54. Like 2019, I already made $600 in dividends, and I'm looking for 2020 to make $20,000 in dividends. Like, it's every when you get in this dividend income, it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, every 3 months you getting that check cut. You know what I'm saying? I own over 100 shares of AT&T. Every 3 months they cut me a check. When they cut their owners a check, I get a check. I got dividends paying every 3 months and dividends that's paying monthly. I own over 1,000 shares of H&M. When they cut their owners a check, I get a check. Now my goal is to have my dividend income to stomp my active income right now. So in the next 7 years, I plan on just retiring.
So let me ask this, because I've definitely been researching, the little stuff that we talked about as investing. So would you suggest I invest in something I like, or something I use, or something, or what?
Well, me personally, I invest in things I consume, and I invest in my community, my neighborhood, like how people say buy the block. I'm not into real estate like that right now. So what I do, like, I just bought a gas station. They just built the Starbucks around my way. I'm gonna go buy 1,000 shares of Starbucks. The H&M that's in the shopping center around my way. I like the clothes. I bought 1,000 shares of H&M. We got a Rite Aid over there. I go to the Rite Aid, get stuff at night sometimes. I bought into that company. So in my community right now, I'm investing in over about 8 different companies. And by me owning shares in it, it makes me a federal legal part owner of this company, even though it's a minority share, because I don't got millions of shares, but it makes me minority owner. So every time they get paid, I get paid. So I invest in things I consume and things that's around me that I see that's working and people are doing, but only if they pay dividend. They don't pay dividends, I don't invest in them.
All right. That is so dope. So you want to tell people if you got any like workshops going on or anything that's coming up that you want people to probably stay tuned for or look out for?
I don't have anything, no workshops planned as of now, but I am working on something. My mentor and I are working on putting something together for the people, a nice little free Q&A interaction thing, because I know a lot of people have credit questions and they get thrown a lot of facts, a lot of numbers saying this percent, that percent, whatever. I know you all want direct answers and responses. You can go on my IG at financial_freedom_fighters, and you can contact me and we can link, talk, or whatever you're trying to do. As long as you're serious about getting that information.
Very serious, baby.
I mean, we can definitely touch on that.
Yes.
That plan. We putting together a little brunch where he's gonna be doing a class for that. So it's it's a lot more things. He definitely been teaching me a lot.
Mimosas and knowledge. My type of
that might be the hashtag right there. Mimosas and knowledge.
Look,
Yeah,
right.
there you go.
Hey,
Let me get my
that's why I got to pray for Brooks.
Hey, look, what if you is trying to get that $100,000 business loan? Get your credit
They
score.
only giving me 54,000. I need more than that.
All right, get your credit score to 800.
74,000.
Get that business loan. Pay it right back. Don't use the money. Then go apply for another business loan in 90 days. Pay it back, and on your third one, with the 800 credit score, you get $1 million.
For my personal
That was a
credit.
little bit more knowledge.
I can get a couple of loans for business, and it's crazy because they still use your regular social.
Well, they only do that if depending on the age of your business.
Oh, okay. Yeah, mine's been 10 years, so
Hold on, you had your business for 10 years?
Yeah.
Well, they shouldn't be using your personal.
yeah, that throwing me off though. And I'm like, why? When federal been using, even federal use my federal ID for my business. And
Yeah, unless they only using it as a guarantee, how you say, guarantor or whatever. It depends on what you're getting, because then they gotta have somebody on file that if this don't go through, that who can rectify it. So
no, but I turned down two. I'm turning 54,100 to 74,000.
why would you turn down?
Because if I take it and the way they want me to give them the monthly payments of it, I mean the daily payments of it, I didn't like that.
Daily daily,
daily,
like every day.
every day take out $85, $100. I'm like, nah, you can keep your shit. It don't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. I ain't.
Yeah,
That's
so
crazy.
I'm
work
work
you
you
over there.
everyday thing.
Well, and then again, we could talk offline about it, but then again, you gotta see what your vision is and what you're trying to do. If you're trying to get that 100 or that million, if that's the way you could get your foot in the door, get your foot in the door. If you can put away $500, let's just say $500 out your normal paycheck and say, okay, y'all can take that $85 right here, or whatever the case may be, or take some of the money from the loan, put it there. Okay, y'all gonna take it out every 30 days, but then I'm gonna pay that joint back in 30
It
days.
seems ridiculous, you know?
Yeah, that's crazy. I ain't hear that before,
Yeah,
but I'm
it's
just.
ridiculous to me, so I just
Sometimes we gotta work with what we got.
Yeah, somebody go to college and that shit like 63,000. I got it. You know what I'm saying? I don't need him going to financial aid, none of that shit. I'm gonna go ahead and do it myself.
Why you want them to get financial aid?
I really don't want him to get stuck with all that bill, all that.
Nah, just because he get financial aid doesn't mean he's gonna be stuck with that.
Yeah.
He can get grants. He can get
He
scholarships.
want to get scholarships.
You know.
They give all that.
It's loan taking that's what's up.
And yeah, they give you a lot of free money too.
Yeah, it's that taking out loans that.
All right, well.
So you all that have kids out there, I want you all to know, open up a custodial investment account for your children right now. Put at least $5 a day in it. When your child graduates school, your child will have 6 figures in their account. At least $5 a day. If you could put at least 1% of your income in there, your child will be financially free when they graduate school.
Well, guess
Just let you know.
I'm a little
Now
17 years late. Cause my
Custodial investment account.
It's okay, you guys can come open up your custodial accounts with me at my bank that I work Monday through Friday, Premier Bank, downtown DC. It's a very local community bank, and you can come find out our rates and all that good stuff. All right?
Awesome.
go check out and pray for Brett for them banks.
Definitely, it's almost time for us to wrap this shit up. And Dang, what we came first now?
I'm sorry, just delete
They just got
I'm
demonetised.
sorry, y'all. I don't know what just happened with her.
You're trying to wrap this shit up.
I thought she was liking to get the knowledge. I guess she didn't want it.
Oh no, yeah, but we got like 5 more minutes, right? Less than that, so I was trying to wrap
But
it up.
you can't.
We can go ahead and end
Like she was mad or
We can
something.
end this. We can end this.
Yeah, 17 years, and he decided to pop up talking about your custodian.
Oh, that's the money frustration.
Look,
Okay.
I'm telling you, like, it's crazy because I didn't start thinking about this too. I started reading about stories about the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds. Like, do you know when a person in their family is born, they're born billionaires?
That's crazy.
I hate them.
I
hate
the
you.
poorest person in their family is a multimillionaire.
Don't you go get the
And that's because they have a living
Don't be like
trust. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Like, you can start this custodial investment account up, and you can also start a living trust. Like me, I have a living trust for my children. Each one of my children, they get 5% of my income in a personal account. Now, in the overall account, it goes into the living trust that they can't touch until they get 30. So by the time they get 30, I'm putting 10% into that. We work the numbers out. That comes up to something about like 1.8 million. So then, when they hit 30, the living trust have only 50% of the profits being paid out to them. So that means every year 50% going back into it than that was there before. Every year the payout will continue to increase.
Nice.
And I figured that out through looking at the story of the Johnson & Johnson family. That their family have a living trust. When they're born, they get shares of the company. Even though they don't run it day to day, they get shares when they hit a certain age. So they become millionaires. So like all these little things we can do. And like I said, that $5 a day is going to add up. Especially if you got a kid that's under 10.
You know what? I'm gonna ask my mother. She can just start
We
donating.
running out of time. But if y'all want more of them gems,
We cutting
y'all
it short
better
now.
you better come to one of these events or something to get more of them gems.
Yes.
Come get a financial brunch on.
Man, tickets probably be 25 or 50. Shit, we need
I mean-
Sharon's Karen.
I mean, we gotta feed you. So I mean,
So y'all can catch us again next week from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Yes.
The Devour Morning Show
Every
on Devour
Wednesday.
TV
yeah,
every Wednesday morning.
every.
Shout out Nekedie.
Hey.
Eddie.
I'm Devour B.
This your girl. Pray for Brett.
Money Mail Jr.
Chemistry.